Ontario residents are fleeing the province in record numbers. Recent data from StatsCan shows that interprovincial migration has soared in Q2 of 2022, and Ontario residents are fleeing to more affordable regions like Alberta and Nova Scotia. Ontario has never seen this many people leave in one quarter as it struggles to fill the gap. Let's talk about it. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. My name is Andrei with the Medow Group and we service Ottawa and surrounding areas, all things real estate. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as well as hitting that bell notification for upcoming content. And of course, don't forget to smash the like button. If you'd like to book a one-on-one call with myself to chat more about the market, there's a link in the description below. All of a sudden, Ontario residents are in a rush to move. The province saw 49,000 people leave for another province in Q2 of 2022. The outflow, so the number of people leaving, was 77.6% higher than the previous quarter and 45.9% higher than the same quarter last year. Now, we see interprovincial migration all the time, but this is a concern because Ontario has never seen this many people all of a sudden want to leave the province. In fact, 125,000 Ontario residents left in the year ending Q2 2022, which is up 54.7% from a year before. And who's to blame for all of this? Well, we can definitely start with expensive housing and the cost of living. Here is a graph published by betterdwelling.com titled Ontario residents are fleeing for other provinces in record numbers, the annual sum of interprovincial migrants leaving Ontario. So back in Q2 of 1981, we had 110,000 people. And as you can see, towards 1984, it started to decline down to about 52,000 people. Then we saw a spike up at around 1990, where we had 93,000 people. And then it kind of just went down a little bit up and down. 1999, it was 55,000. It climbed up to 81,000 in 2006. Then it dropped back down, went up again, and the recent spike started in 2019 of Q2. We saw 67,000 people, and then it kind of went up aggressively all the way to 124, almost 125,000 people in Q2 of 2022. Quick note, rising outflows are usually a warning, but we also have something called interprovincial flows. This is the balance of inflows, so how many people are coming in from other provinces, minus the outflows, people that are leaving. Positive numbers are good as they show more people arriving in a province than leaving. Negative numbers are bad because that means more people are leaving than arriving in a province. This graph is titled Ontario residents are leaving and Canadians aren't interested in moving there. The net flow of interprovincial migration in Ontario. So net flows are inflows minus the outflows, with negative meaning more people are leaving than arriving. So anything below the zero is where we see the negative numbers. Back in 1981, we had a negative 33,000 people. Went up, and then back in 1993, dipped below the zero. Kind of rises up in 2000, goes back down again. In 2007, we saw minus 21,000 residents. Goes up close to zero, but still stays below zero. We finally started to see more positive numbers in Q1 of 2016, just almost 3,000 residents. It peaked up to about 14,000 in Q3 of 2016, and it started going down. And ever since Q3 of 2020, we were at minus 1,100 or 1,600 people, It went all the way down to minus 47,000 people in Q2 of 2022. So where is everyone in Ontario going? Looks like Alberta is leading the way as it saw nearly 31,600 residents from Ontario the year ending the quarter of Q2 2022. And what's so special in Alberta? Well, we can start with better paying jobs, fewer taxes, and a lower cost of living. Alberta has one of the highest wages in any industry in the country. According to StatsCan, the average wage of all employees in the province stood at $31.39 in 2019, higher than the $27.83 average wage for the entire country. Next, we have affordable real estate, and that includes cheaper rentals, which in Ontario right now, if anything, is going through a crisis in terms of available inventory and high monthly payments. Because after all, the last thing you want to do is be giving away most of your hard-earned money on rent, right? And of course, the taxes. Alberta has reasonable tax rates. For example, people earning less than $131,000 per year get a 10% tax rate on their taxable income, and the province does not levy any type of provincial sales tax. You only pay the 5% on goods and services. Here we have a pie chart titled "Where are Ontario residents moving?" As you can see, Alberta has about 25.3% of recipients. We have BC closely at 19.3%, so that's about 24,000 people. And then we have Quebec, which is about 50.3%, or about 19,000 residents, followed by Nova Scotia at 13.2%, and New Brunswick at 10.5%. Interprovincial outflows doesn't mean that the population is shrinking, but what we must consider now and long term is the reason why they are leaving, and will others follow? If quality of life isn't there, it will lead to inequalities and residents will consider other options. What do you think? Will future immigration coming into Ontario, and we have large numbers coming, catch on that others are leaving, and will those numbers increase in the future? After all, they're coming here for opportunity, but if Ontario doesn't offer it, will they follow the others? Drop your comments below. Thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.